Hello, I'm Robin Vincent and welcome to this rather impromptu Deckard's Dream DIY synthesizer build video because my parts have just arrived. Yes, they have. I've got an enormous box here from Synth. It's finally arrived after quite a while, I have to say, and customs import, all that kind of thing. I now have an enormous box of bits, and so I thought, well, rather than just rummaging through it myself, why don't I stick this on film just for fun, see what happens. Is it fun? I don't know. I really don't know if it's fun or not, but let's see what we see in the box so that you out there can experience with me the full horror, or I mean the full excitement of receiving enough components to build a huge synthesizer. Okay, this is the bill of materials. This is what presumably I need to check everything against to make sure that we have everything that we're supposed to have. It's a long list. God, gee whiz. Am I really going to be checking through all this, or am I just going to assume it's all right? I don't know. Crikey. Well, I don't know. Let's put that to one side, and let's just have a look and see if I can get some kind of sense out of this. Right. So, slidey things. Sliders, yeah, see that? Sliders. That's probably the most exciting thing I've pulled out of a box in ages. That's great. That's great. Okay, so got those. I have a bag of nondescript integrated circuits of some kind. I've got an empty bag that says 16-pin machine tooled IC socket. I'm going to have to assume that's in there somewhere. Got a long strip of transcond amps. I don't remember. Oh, and analog switch ICs as well. Wow. So, a load of those. Bunch of op amps and some flip-flops. So this is like opening one of those mystery boxes. Like my kids love. Okay, quad VCAs. Bunch of those. God, the enormity. The enormity. Alright, I've got a little box. Let's have a look, see what's in here. Oh, wow. So, bits of missing matter. Heat shrink. Oh, useful. Heat shrink, okay. Oh, so this is probably where that empty bag came from. There's a whole bunch of I don't know how I'm supposed to cope with this. Oh look, more sliders. Those are evidently different than the other sliders, obviously. I don't know. And more sliders. This, I think, is that hookup wire. I had a lot of trouble trying to buy hookup wire because I had to get it in like reels of 500 miles. And that's really all I needed. I probably could have cut that out of some other broken piece of equipment that I have. Or is that the hookup wire? I don't have any idea what I'm doing. How do I even begin? I've got a lot of videos to watch. Now, I seem to have Okay, put those to the side. This is all going to go back in the box in a second. Some switches. Yeah, right. I've got a lot of these which are free and running about. A bunch more sockets. There's a lot of sockets in this thing because there's a lot of chips. Duh. Yeah, so the old packing seemed to go so far, and then they thought, oh, sod it, we'll just throw the rest of the stuff in there. So, wow. Wow. Oh, those are those little tactile switches. See, all of this is familiar from my research that I spent hours on eBay and in RSS and Mouser and things, trying to find these little buggers. That's what they actually look like. How interesting. All right, so there's a whole load of stuff in here that's, you know, more or less in one piece. A few of these. I mean, IC sockets are just sockets, aren't they, ultimately? So 8 pin, 16 pin, they're just pin sizes. There's not really much else going on, I think. All right, so that's one box of stuff. Excellent. Oh yeah, those wires went in there. Try to keep it together. So yeah, I think this came out of that box. That's fine. So as you can see, I'm not checking these off against anything. This is just a first look, just to scare the bejesus out of me. Okay, quad VCAs, op amps, more op amps, channel muxers. Good Lord. Okay, what's this? This is... Oh, it's the power supply. Really? Did I buy one of those? Fair enough. Okay, good. Another white box. Really? Someone's going to start up with a chainsaw? Well, that's awesome. We'll go for that. Oh, wow, look at this. Oh! This is the surface mount stuff. All of these on here are individual little capacitors, I guess. Oh my word, they're weeny. They are tiny. See, that's a capacitor. See that? That there, that's a capacitor. That's what you want, not this. You want this. Oh dear. So wow, look at all those. Oh my word. Oh my goodness. That's just... More surface mount. Oh, oh. I mean, who does this? Who makes these things? Good Lord. Resistors, it says. No. I mean, I'm going to have a soldering party or something. No, look at it all. See, maybe that chainsaw in the background isn't actually there. It's just in my head. It's the sound of my brain going, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. How on earth am I going to do this? By this box it says, just says box D. Ah, look, look. It's the bits that the voice cards go into. Brilliant. And oh, the coloured knobs. See that? That's a synthesizer. That is just in those. Good gracious. Little bits of ribbon cable, shift registers. Wow. Connectors, oh, MIDI connectors, look at that. And a whole bunch of stuff. How do I know what goes where? How do I even know? This is the expression of bewilderment and bogglement. Okay, stuck in here. This, oh, that doesn't have anything to it. That's why it was stuck to the other one. Okay, so these are op amps. So those need to stay together. Let me continue with that tape. Well, I mean, I don't know what to say, really. I don't know how I feel about all that. It just seems huge, monstrous. Let's just recap then, shall we? So I've got a box of resistors. I got a box of capacitors. I got a box of general shit and another box of general shit. Switches and stuff. Oh yeah, that's IC holders mainly. And this is random bits and pieces. And then I've got... just can't quite... Oh, just can't quite believe it. Right. So the best thing for me to do at this point is probably go and have a lie down somewhere. Oh, it's on the back as well. Okay, so this is separated out into main PCB, hardware PCB, PSU PCB. That's only 20 parts. Let's do that one first. Voice PCB, where the number of parts it says is ###. Output PCB, and then miscellaneous. Okay, so I imagine my next task with this is going to be, I don't know, I guess it's going to be putting it into PCB parts. So bagging up all the stuff you need for one voice card, bagging up what I need for the main board, separating it out some way. I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I can't imagine getting one of the motherboards down, sitting it here and then going, right, so I need a 1K resistor. That's not going to work. Or is it? I don't know. No, I think that's what I have to do. I think I have to pull out all the bits I need. And that's the only way I'm going to know that I have all the parts. I'm going to have to go through it. I can't see any way around it. I'd love there to be a way around it. I can't see how there is a way around it. I mean, I did ask them to leave out the oscillators because Infinity Machines have donated their oscillators to me to use. So hopefully there shouldn't be any 3340 oscillators in here, and I haven't found them so far, which is good, which means they didn't include them, but I don't believe they've refunded me the difference yet. But I'm sure we'll work that out. But that's cool. But they may be in here under the guise of something else. I don't really know. So yeah, I'm going to have to sit down and work it out. That's got to be the plan. That can be the only plan. Gee whiz. So I'll come back and do that then. Not just yet. I'm just in the middle of building a chopping kinky from Bafako as a bit of practice, and I've ran out of solder, so that's sort of come to a bit of a halt, and I'm currently about this far through it. Okay, so see this? See how many resistors? Can you see how many resistors are on there? You know, 50 maybe? 50 perhaps? Not even that. Well, that and the diodes together perhaps. That took me 2 hours. See that? This tiny PCB, 2 hours last night. That's as far as I got before I ran out of solder. Oh, just kill me now. Oh. Well, there we go. I mean, it's really exciting, obviously. Desperately exciting. Where am I going to... How... Right. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't get overwhelmed. I will finish my chopping kinky and tell you all about that and stuff and get that sorted. It's been a good opportunity to practice with my overhead cameras and the sound and how I'm recording stuff. So that's been great. I'm also going to do the little pulses, which is up here. Pulses. Because this has some surface mount stuff on it, and I want to do a little bit of surface mount practice before I look at that! Just look at the what? So yeah, I'm going to do a video on that as well. So I'm going to put this to one side for now. Maybe look at it next week or something. I don't know. So yeah, so that was fun. There we go. Here we are, ready for the next stage. Of course, I haven't got the case yet. There's little bits and pieces that are still to be done, but the lion's share of the build is here, and I can get stuck in. The only thing that I need is time, and then I'll have an awesome polyphonic synthesizer. Great. So, okay, I will see you again soon, I hope. And in the meantime, go make some tunes.